So I left off at blood and talking about knowing the difference between red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. You can see the red blood cells here. This is what a white blood cell will look like. So here, and then the platelets. So lymph is actually discussed in the chapter on the lymphatic system. So I'm not going to require you to know all about lymph. Just make sure you read and define lymph. The muscle tissue, we have skeletal striated muscle, which attaches to bones and skin and moves the body. Cardiac striated muscle tissue, which is found in the walls of the heart. So it will contract on its own. The same for smooth muscle tissue, which contracts on its own, which is in our hollow organs, so our digestive tract, airways, and blood vessels. So muscle tissue can be characterized as voluntary or involuntary, and striated or non-striated. So muscle tissues are unable to divide, so regeneration is not possible. So you're not just like building and growing muscle all the time. Cells use specialized protein fibers, myosin and actin for contraction. So in skeletal striated muscle tissue, it attaches the bones and skin and moves the body. It is a voluntary muscle. That means you can contract on your own. And you can have rapid contractions. So muscle fibers are wide, elongated, cylindrical, with many nuclei and striations. See here, and the striations. And then the muscle fiber itself is the whole cylinder. So cardiac striated muscle is found only in the walls of the heart. It is involuntary. That means your heart is beating without you having to think about it. It is branched, and it also has intercalated disc. See here. Same here. And it possesses one nucleus and striations. Smooth muscle tissue occurs in the walls of the hollow internal organs. It is involuntary. That means it's happening on its own. It has slow contractions, so you don't really feel them. And the cells are long and spindle-shaped with a single central nucleus but no striations. Nerve tissue is found in the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. The two main types of cells are neurons, and those conduct nerve impulses, and neuroglia, which support cells that nourish and insulate, supporting the cells that nourish, insulate, and protect. So membranes, body membranes are thin sheets of tissue that line cavities, cover surfaces, or separate tissues and organs. So we have epithelial membranes and connective tissue membranes. Epithelial membranes are composed of epithelial tissue overlaying areolar connective tissue, which we talked about earlier. And we have serous membranes, mucous membranes, and cutaneous membranes. Serous membranes, or cerci, or cerca, line ventral body cavity and cover internal organs. They secrete serous fluids to reduce friction. If we didn't have a serous membrane around our vital organs, they would be sticking to each other. So we talked earlier about the areolar connective tissue. So then we have simple squamous, a basement membrane here, and then the free surface. But all the way around this bad boy is the serous membrane. So the mucous membranes or mucosae line tubes and cavities that open to exteriors, so our nose, our mouth, other parts of our body. So this is helping things to be excreted, but it traps also foreign particles and pathogens, but it keeps cells moist and surfaces lubricated. Our cutaneous membrane, this is our skin. This is the free surface, and it's dry and composed of non-living cells. So the epithelial cells that are on the top layer of our skin are dead, so they have no nucleus. So for connective tissue membranes, these are formed only of connective tissue. We have meninges, perichondrium, periosteum, and synovial membranes. Our meninges is going to be in our brain. Our perichondrium is a part of our joints. The periosteum lines the entirety of our bones. And then our synovial membranes actually encapsulate our joints as well. So this is the rest of chapter 4. Please make sure that you are reading your book, doing the assigned homework, and studying. Guys, this class is not easy. The information is not easy, and it's a lot of information. So make sure you're studying. Please finish your Quizlet Word document and send it to me by Monday so I can make the Quizlet so we can review next Tuesday. And remember that you can have a quiz on chapter 4 next Tuesday if everyone doesn't send me their document. Make sure that your team or your group members' names are on your document. And then our exam is next Thursday. So be preparing, please be ready. I know it's a lot of information, but so is the human body full of information. Please email me if you have any questions. I hope this helps so you're a little less stressed out. But please make sure you are reading and doing the homework. All right, y'all have a good weekend and be safe.